Hey guys, Mustang here bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we are going to talk about some thoughts on potential EZAs that are going to be released for the anniversary. I know a lot of people were hoping that they were going to be shown today. I actually woke up just before I saw people counting down, expecting the reveal to come any minute, and of course it did not, which means we probably won't see it until either much later on this evening or potentially tomorrow morning, or at least my time. It was early morning UK time. I think it's still evening in the US, but we'll have to see, because it was based on last year. I think they'd already revealed the Int UI Goku EZA at this point, but yeah, they have not shown anything for the EZAs for this one. So this is going to just be a little bit of speculation. Some of them are, I think, more likely than others, but I tried to include all the ones that I think you could make pretty decent arguments for. So first off, as you can obviously see on the screen, we have Tech Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. I think this is the main one that people are expecting to see, this one and the next one, because these guys, especially him, like, he's at a state now where he definitely needs an EZA to be runnable in more difficult content. Super Battle Road, he can actually still be okay because he debuffs the enemy, has that 70% chance to super, but even after greatly raising his defense, like, he still takes a lot of damage. On my JP account, I've been using him as my fusion team leader, as my account over there is very basic, and yeah, in some of the harder content like newer Infinite Dragon Ball history stages and stuff like that, he's taking quite a lot of damage even after supering. So obviously he would be a very good pick. Links up well with the new LR, despite the fact they obviously are missing a few links because of the way they've reworked the LR's link set, but obviously he's going to be very, very good. As long as they shore up his defense and then give him a little bit of extra attack power, just simply the fact that he has that 70% chance to counter supers is going to make him really, really good again. So he doesn't have Saiyan Raw, so I feel like his best use when he does awaken is probably going to be as like a third slot floater on that team, but he will still work very well on main rotation, so he's going to be very exciting. And then of course we have the AGL Super Saiyan Gogeta that awakens or transforms into the Super Saiyan Blue. Again, he's a unit who's still usable today because he has that built-in dodge, but when he's not dodging, he is obviously starting to take a lot more damage. So I don't really want to speculate too much on what the EZAs are going to look like, but I feel like these are the two main ones, right, that people are kind of expecting to see. Now, I didn't bring up Physical Omega and Physical Dragon Ball Super Broly, because whilst those ones are probably in contention as well, you have to remember the theme of the celebration is not GT and the Broly movie, it is Goku and Vegeta. So we got a Sin Shenron and a Broly as the side banner units, but that doesn't necessarily mean like the EZAs or even like the Part 2 LR are going to be related to those themes. Now, they very much could be, but I'm not including them on the list here. So the next ones that I think people are definitely expecting to be a likely choice is the two Super Saiyan Gods that released quite some time ago now. The Tech Goku can still be pretty good in any event where there is a movie boss's enemy, because he has the 77% damage reduction, which is pretty wild. He's the main unit that people use. If you've ever seen screenshots of people that are at stage like 500 of the AGL Wrathful Broly EZA, it's because this guy still takes like double-digit damage from a super attack in that event, despite everybody else getting absolutely destroyed. So I've seen people even use him on that new difficult event that came out for the anniversary, the Red Zone, because there is that movie boss's stage. So against the movie boss's enemy, he's still a really good tank. Now in other events, not so much. So he definitely needs an EZA to be more useful in those events. And then of course he will be a really good link partner for the actual Gods unit as well. And then of course same goes for the God Vegeta. Still the only standalone God Vegeta that we have in Dokkan, so he definitely needs an EZA. Unfortunately, of course, he's one of these units that has the high chance to guard. So with what we've seen with the EZAs recently, with them giving units guard that didn't have it before, or just making it like high chance to guard if they had guard already, with the more recent EZAs, we haven't really seen them give a unit just straight up guard, which is something that would make this unit really, really good, because then obviously he would be a perfect slot 1 unit. The Gods LR obviously get guard on the first turn, and then there's always that possibility on turn 3 where they could get caught out with a super before they've started building up their defense really high. where they're obviously not going to be guarding. So this guy would be super, super good if he was in slot 1 with guaranteed guard. Hopefully they will come through on that. I wouldn't be surprised if he still has the chance to guard, but at least they could put it up to like great chance, right? That would be really good. He also has a high chance to stun against movie bosses, which is only going to be useful in some Super Battle Road stages, unfortunately. Be nice if they updated that so it was like stun and crit, because he also infinitely stacks attack on Super, so he's a fairly solid defensive unit who doesn't start off super powerful in terms of offense, but can build up over time. So giving him something like built-in crit as well would be quite nice against movie bosses. So those two I think are definitely very likely picks. Now, ones that I think definitely I've seen a couple of people talk about, we have the super full power Saiyan 4 Goku, because I don't understand why that's the official name and not full power Super Saiyan 4, but there you go. So, super full power Saiyan 4 Goku. This guy was pretty decent when he came out, but he's definitely dropped off like very quickly. And the full power category is definitely in need of a new leader that can actually compete in the current meta. Because obviously, from what we've seen from the existing EZAs for these kind of leader skill units, he would go up to being full power 3 key and 160 across the board, which would be pretty good leader skill for him. Immense damage, massively lowers defense, so not the best super attack effect in the world. They could definitely look at that. And then obviously, as you can see, as one of these older units, he doesn't have any defense in his passive except for that secondary part where you can get up to 70% based on the more HP you have. So when you're on low HP, he basically has no defense. And then, of course, as one of the early standalone Super Saiyan 4s, he has the 30% chance to counter an enemy super attack, which is pretty good. He has Saiyan Raw, so if this guy gets an EZA, he's obviously going to be the perfect unit to run on the Super Saiyan 4 team. Be interesting to see whether his EZA would rival the actual, like, STR Super Saiyan 4 Goku, because I mean, in theory, it should, right? Because he came out afterwards. He's a category leader. Like, they could absolutely pop off with this guy's EZA and make him really, really good. So that would be something I would be looking forward to. And then, of course, we have this guy, the Super Saiyan 3 GT Goku that can transform into the Golden Ape. When he first came out, like, with the 2-year anniversary, this unit is 5 years old at this point. The rotation of him and the STR Super Saiyan 4 Goku was one of the most powerful rotations in the game, because he was providing him with attack support as well as having like Saiyan Raw and stuff like that to buff the Super Saiyan 4 Goku. So obviously with the theme of the LR Super Saiyan 4's team very much being this massive buff with Saiyan Raw, especially because Gogeta has it, this guy would be really, really good. But obviously he's super outdated now. The all allies attack 33% is the only thing he has like in his passive, so he has no defense, gets absolutely destroyed in more difficult content. And he can be a little bit annoying because he is a great ape unit, so he only has a 10% chance to transform. But I remember back in the day, I lost a race against Jay Fanta in a free-to-play versus pay-to-play race because this guy transformed every single fight. And so, like, massively slowed down because he made me use a team that I'd used for, like, a previous video or something. So, otherwise, I would never take this guy in a race. But, yeah, the chance to transform, as we're seeing with a lot of these EZA units now, the transformed version will probably be worse than his untransformed version after his EZA. But he definitely will be really, really good as a support unit. So, next up, we have ones that I've seen a couple of people mention, but I feel like maybe they're a little bit less likely, but I can see the arguments for them. And that is, of course, the Int Super Saiyan 2 Goku that transforms into Super Saiyan 3, and the Tech Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta that transforms into Margin Vegeta. Now, these are newer units, but I feel like these guys are a possibility because they fill the same kind of slot I would describe the Int UI Goku EZA as, where he was still runnable. Not the best unit, of course, but still runnable in a lot of content. And him getting his EZA when he did during the anniversary last year, nobody expected them to skip over some of the units we were still waiting for to get EZAs and bring out the first Dokkan Fest exclusive category leader EZA. So, whilst I don't necessarily think they're the most likely ones, it's definitely not impossible. Again, considering that the theme of the anniversary is Goku and Vegeta. So, what better time to EZA to like dual Dokkan Fest Goku and Vegeta units? Now, Obviously, this would be crazy because, like, I really like the Super Saiyan 2 team. It's had a lot of buffs recently, and Technology Vegeta definitely has started to age a little bit. If you manage to get all of his orbs, he can guard and is effective against all types, but he's definitely not hitting the kind of high attack stats that we would like to see from a Dokkan Fest exclusive from the current meta. And then, of course, the Goku, once he transforms into Super Saiyan 3, he can be super effective and have dodge chance, which is pretty useful. He's still very good. Out of the two, I would say Goku is probably still the more useful on some teams, especially because with JP, how well he's going to link up with the physical Super Saiyan 2 Goku that transforms to Super Saiyan 3, who's one of the best TURs in the game. The rotation of these two, if this guy gets an EZA, will be absolutely insane. So I think these two are a bit less likely, but I could definitely see the possibility because of the theme. And then I wanted to pick a couple of other ones that just kind of fit the themes of the teams. So we have the STR GT Super Saiyan Trunks, who released during the 2nd anniversary, so he's super old as well. Obviously, he is on the GT Heroes category, so he could be run on the LR Super Saiyan 4's team. He's just very old, very basic. I mean, look at this passive. Like, he's just a complete blank slate. He could be very good after an EZA. And then, of course, the other unit that released at the same time during that anniversary was the Physical Pan. Again, very basic, pretty much not runnable in current content. She just get absolutely destroyed. But she is a support unit, so if they give her an EZA and make her solid enough to hold her own in the more difficult content, then the fact that she's providing at least 30% attack and defense, because obviously they could increase this with her EZA, she would be very good on that team. And she's going to share a few decent links. I mean, she's got Kamehameha, right? So she's on the Kamehameha category. So on the new LR Super Saiyan 4's team, she'd be getting the 200% leader skill. So she could actually be very good, as well as providing that support for the rest of the team. Then we have the Bulla as well. She's on GT Heroes. She's a fairly decent support unit, but again, if she's aged quite a bit at this point, she's got no defense in her passive, so if she doesn't get her dodge, she can get absolutely destroyed. But she could definitely be really good with an EZA, because of course she is a 3-key 40% attack support unit, which is always going to be good for making your other units on the team look a lot more powerful. So an EZA for her would definitely be cool. And then we also have I picked a couple of the Beyond Super Saiyan units as well, because we picked a couple of GT heroes. This Super Saiyan 3 GT Goku is on Beyond Super Saiyan and GT heroes. And when he first got his awakening, him and this STR Vegeta, they were pretty solid when they first awakened to TURs. So with EZAs, I could imagine these guys being really strong. The only downside is the GT Vegeta. Obviously, he is on Beyond Super Saiyan because he's a Super Saiyan 3. But for some reason, they didn't put any of the Super Saiyan 3 GT Vegetas, even though they specify that he is GT Vegeta and he has the GT link. They're not in GT Heroes. So he's not in that category, but he is in Beyond Super Saiyan. And then, of course, this Goku is in Beyond Super Saiyan and Kamehameha. So on the LR God Boys team, he's going to be getting the full 200% leader skill. So really good. This Vegeta, obviously, not going to be on the full leader skill, but he's on Beyond Super Saiyan. He's another solid Super Saiyan 3 unit. I think both of them could be very good after their EZA, because, again, they are pretty basic. 90% attack and defense, and then Goku has raised his attack for 3 turns on Super, and Vegeta has raised his defense. They could easily just make both of them do both, and then add some kind of cool extra ability, maybe like an extra hidden potential ability or something into their kit, and then they would be very good. So those are my predictions for some TURs that could EZA. Let me know down below what you guys think. I might do a list for LRs as well, although I think the LR EZA, if there is going to be one, which there probably will for the anniversary, I guess, is more likely to be in part 2 or 3. So I will do a later video for potential LRs that are going to EZA. But let me know what you think of my picks. Which ones do you think are the most likely? Which ones do you think are potentially not very likely? And if there's any units that you think that I missed that have a good chance of getting the EZA with this anniversary, let me know who they are down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.